A Nation Divided, The Stakes of Vicksburg, written by Ken Burns, PBS. The American Civil War was a brutal conflict. Brother fought brother, the nation was torn apart. In the West, a struggle raged over a muddy town on the Mississippi River. This was Vicksburg. Its fate would shape the destiny of America. The year was 1863. The war had been raging for 2 years. The Union, the North, fought to preserve the nation. The Confederacy, the South, fought for independence. Control of the Mississippi River was vital. Vicksburg, perched high on bluffs overlooking a bend in the river, held the key. Whoever controlled Vicksburg controlled the flow of goods and supplies on the Mississippi. It was a strategic prize, coveted by both sides. The stage was set for one of the most dramatic and significant campaigns of the Civil War, the Siege of Vicksburg. This was a story of military brilliance, human endurance, and the cost of freedom. The Gibraltar of the Confederacy, why Vicksburg mattered. Vicksburg was a natural fortress. High bluffs provided commanding views of the river. Powerful artillery batteries lined its fortifications. The Confederacy called it the Gibraltar of the West. They were confident it could withstand any attack. For the Confederacy, Vicksburg was a lifeline. It controlled the Mississippi, allowing the movement of men and supplies from the west to the eastern battlefields. Losing Vicksburg would sever the Confederacy in two and deal a devastating blow to its war effort. For the Union, capturing Vicksburg was crucial. It would give them control of the Mississippi River, cutting the Confederacy off from its western territories. It would also be a major morale boost, proving the North's determination to win the war. The prize was great. The challenge was immense. The struggle for Vicksburg would be long and bloody. Grant's gamble. The road to Vicksburg. Leading the Union forces was a determined general, Ulysses S. Grant. Grant was known for his tenacity and his willingness to take risks. He believed Vicksburg was the key to victory in the West. Grant's campaign to capture Vicksburg was a masterpiece of military strategy and maneuver. He faced a formidable Confederate army, led by the capable General John C. Pemberton. The terrain was difficult, a mix of swamps, rivers, and heavily forested hills. Grant's first attempts to capture Vicksburg directly failed. The city's defenses were too strong. He decided on a bold and risky plan. He would march his army south, cross the Mississippi River below Vicksburg, and then swing back north to attack the city from the rear. It was a gamble. Grant would be cut off from his supply lines deep in enemy territory. But if successful, it would trap the Confederate army in Vicksburg. Battles before the siege, testing the waters. Grant's march was a race against time. He had to move quickly before the Confederates could react. His army fought its way through Mississippi, winning a series of battles at Port Gibson, Raymond, and Jackson. The victory at Jackson was crucial. It forced Pemberton to abandon his defenses along the Big Black River and fall back to Vicksburg. Grant had outmaneuvered the Confederates. He had them trapped. On May 18, 1863, Grant's army launched its first assault on Vicksburg's defenses. The fighting was fierce. Union soldiers charged uphill against entrenched Confederate positions, but the Confederate defenses held. Grant realized a siege was the only option. Rat soup and iron hail, life and death in the trenches. The Siege of Vicksburg lasted 47 long days and nights. It was a brutal experience for both sides. Confederate soldiers and civilians huddled in caves and trenches, enduring constant bombardment from Union artillery. Food and supplies ran low. Civilians were reduced to eating rats and mules to survive. Disease was rampant. The summer heat was oppressive. Morale sank with each passing day. Union soldiers also endured hardships. They lived in trenches under the constant threat of sniper fire and artillery bombardment. Casualties mounted from disease and Confederate attacks. But Grant was relentless. He tightened the noose around Vicksburg day by day. Union gunboats patrolled the Mississippi River, cutting off any hope of escape or resupply for the besieged city. Victory and defeat. The fall of Vicksburg. On July 4, 1863, with his army starving and out of ammunition, Pemberton surrendered Vicksburg to General Grant. It was a decisive victory for the Union. The Confederacy was split in two. The Mississippi River was now in Union hands. The human cost of the siege was high. Thousands of soldiers on both sides lay dead or wounded. The civilian population of Vicksburg was left destitute. But the strategic impact was undeniable. The fall of Vicksburg, combined with the Union victory at Gettysburg the day before, marked a turning point in the Civil War. The Confederacy would never fully recover from these defeats. The tide had turned in favor of the Union. A turning point, Vicksburg's enduring legacy. The Siege of Vicksburg was a pivotal moment in American history. It secured Union control of the Mississippi River, effectively cutting the Confederacy in two. It demonstrated Ulysses S. Grant's strategic brilliance, which would later lead him to command of all Union armies. The siege also revealed the brutal realities of war. Soldiers and civilians endured unimaginable hardships. The battle left a lasting scar on Vicksburg, but also served as a testament to the human spirit's capacity for resilience. Today, the Vicksburg National Military Park stands as a poignant reminder of this pivotal campaign. It preserves the battlefields, trenches, and stories of those who fought and died there. Vicksburg serves as a reminder of the cost of freedom and the enduring legacy of the American Civil War.